Okay.
Hey, so, Marvel's Avengers, they recently dropped their first piece of substantial content since launch. We did get Tachyon Rifts, I think, mid-October. Very slight addition to the game. Tweaks and, modifications here and there. But today, as of December 8th, we finally got our first piece of substantial content that is Kate Bishop, a new hero for Marvel's Avengers. I have beaten Kate's operation. We're going to give some brief, spoiler-free impressions, sort of a semi-review. If you want the in-depth stuff, if you are curious about an actual review and more in-depth, be sure to check out Excelsior this Saturday here on JoyClicks, the world's #1 Marvel's Avengers podcast. But 4 hours. 4 hours is how long it took me to get through Kate Bishop's operation, taking aim. I'm going to be completely honest. I expected this to be an hour. I was fully expecting this to be nothing more than just like, hey, new character, couple missions, there you go. This was substantial. First off, let's start with Kate. Ashley Birch is playing Kate Bishop, Hawkeye. I love Kate ever since I read My Life as a Weapon a couple years ago at this point. Big fan. I love Kate Bishop. She's an awesome character. If you're not familiar, you're gonna love her. Ashley Birch does a great job portraying Kate. She fits in well with the cast of Nolan North Iron Man, Kamala, all great. All the interactions between the Avengers, the stuff I love about the base game, from story to the characters, the way they play off each other, it's great. On a gameplay level, I was really hoping that Kate would be my main. I was really going into this being like, man, I love Thor. He's my favorite Avenger. He's my favorite to play out of the core bunch, but I really hope Kate Bishop can pull through and be the main that I get to level cap, and I do at the rate, I'm going to do that. Kate is excellent. She plays incredibly well. And similar to how I feel about the story and the characters, and that being the strength of Avengers since launch, I also think that these characters are another strength in the way that they're built, the way that they play, their kit. And Kate is, at her core, very fun. They found the right balance, Obviously it's a little slow kicking off because you're using a bow and arrow, but a combo is boom, boom, boom. 3 arrows, you're good. Through skill upgrades, through weapons you can get, you're able to increase that draw speed a little bit, and she feels really good. She feels great. Her melee is awesome. She has a sword. I fully upgraded her first panel, the primary, I think, for her skill tree, so I haven't touched the other two yet. But just from that, from a base level, Kate is a blast to play. Like I said, the story took me about 4 hours. I know for Jack, it took him 3 exactly. I took my time here and there, but what was interesting to me is that it has a good pace, because much like the base game of Avengers, there's repetition, hack these terminals, break these prisoners out, there's a lot of that. That's the main thing that you do. But why it works here is that the way it's designed, the way the campaign is orchestrated, it doesn't feel like you're in a rut. It doesn't feel like you're constantly doing the exact same thing when you are, So I don't see it as a disadvantage or anything, or a detractor, I guess. There's a shield vault, like the vault in the game, the exact same vault you've done probably several times since launch. There's a new one. There's a new shield vault in the campaign, and it has a different layout. Caught me off guard. I stumbled a little bit. I was like, wait, where am I? What terminal do I go to? Where's the hacker? So that was nice, it's a nice little remix here and there. But story-wise, way more cutscenes, way more stories than I was expecting. It gives me hope. It gives me a lot of hope. It gives me faith. Over the past couple weeks, if you've been listening to Excelsior, I haven't been really playing it at all. This is really good. This is not, I think, what the game desperately needs to reinvent itself or fix its major issues, but it builds off of what was already excellent, I think, in the main game, with a wonderful new character. She is great, her story's really awesome, and it sets up a lot of interesting avenues they could take it in the future. Again, no spoilers here. They did a good job. Crystal, you did a good job. Kate is very fun. So, I think it's worth it. I think you should absolutely reinstall if you haven't yet. Give it a shot. Like I said, 3 to 4 hours. Still no multiplayer content. Still no worthwhile multiplayer content. Still no sign of when that's coming. But I do think it's giving the game some more breath. It's breathing some life back into the game. and hopefully they can ride this into the new year with Clint, Black Panther, Wakanda, the raid, everything. And hopefully they can string us along with a really awesome story, because there's a lot of really cool seeds in here that I recommend checking out if you don't care about spoilers, or if you don't have the game, or if you're just interested. Saturday, look out for that. But another thing, there is a survey currently for Marvel's Avengers going around that you may or may not have seen. I linked it in the last episode of Excelsior. I'll link it in the description of this video too. There's a survey that is official from Square Crystal. It takes about 10 minutes to fill out. Highly recommend it because these surveys matter. The devs are reaching out to us, the fans, the people playing these games, their game, for feedback. 6 months from now, a year from now, they're going to know what their priorities should be based on the survey. So I highly recommend that if you are hopeful for the game, if you've been playing the game, if you want more from the game, if you realize, like me, how great this experience could be based on the foundation. Highly recommend filling that out. But that's going to do it. Let me know what you thought of Kate Bishop's campaign down below in the comments. I'm very curious to hear. If you're new to the channel, if you like Marvel's Avengers, be sure to stick around because we cover it quite frequently. We mostly all like the game here. Occasionally we get videos like this out there, but every week on Excelsior, again, the world's #1 Marvel's Avengers podcast. Cover the game, talk about it, and we would love to have you involved and have more Agents of Excelsior. Let me know what you thought of Kate. Let me know what you want next. Let me know what you think of those seeds they're planting, because oh baby, it's gonna be a good time. But until then, it's pizza time.